still distributing the reps, and the guys are still competing.
Pace still look pretty good out there today. They're picking up pretty well, the young quarterback.
The pace, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. The young quarterbacks, as much as the young quarterbacks, it's the young receivers, the young running backs, the young tight ends. We place an emphasis on moving fast and playing with great tempo, and as always, playing with great effort. And our guys have made strides in that this spring.
What did you see out of the quarterbacks on Saturday? It looked like there was some big plays, certainly, but maybe also some critical mistakes also.
Sure, we always got to do a better job protecting the football. One turnover is one too many. So that's always an area of improvement. We have to do a better job owning the line of scrimmage and managing the offense. We did make some big plays, which was good to see. We had a bunch of plus 20-yard passes and a bunch of long touchdown passes. So that's a good thing. Our receivers are able to stretch the field a little bit. But we just need, as always, to develop consistency.
I know it's just one play, but there when y'all were going through the one or done situation and Riley kind of stepped out of bounds, is that just another reminder, if you needed another one, that this is still a young guy?
It's all learning opportunities, and he hasn't been in that situation since he's been here, and he definitely learned from that.
Mike, what gains have you seen in your passing game this spring?
Well, we've seen guys making plays. A lot of guys being able to go up and get the deep ball. It's allowed for a greater margin of error with the quarterbacks with their accuracy. Not that we want to rely on that, but overall in the perimeter in particular, from Von Pearson to Josh Malone to Marquez's development, Josh Smith has made a lot of plays, especially in the scrimmage. The young tight ends, Daniel Helm and Ethan Wolf. There's more weapons to choose from and more ways to distribute the football.
How much more explosive would you say you guys are with those additions than maybe you were last fall?
We're more experienced, for sure. To have all those guys in at this point in the season, at this point in the year, has been tremendous for their growth and development. People forget that Josh Smith and Marquez North and A.J. Branacel, all those guys last year started in June. We as coaches couldn't work with them until August. 3 weeks later, they're playing in their first game. So now we have all those guys who have been through an entire offseason, and all the incoming freshmen who have an opportunity to go through skill development and spring football and summer training. It's a great opportunity to learn and develop.
Have the two tight ends, their emergence here, have they helped you kind of have a more complete offense like what you guys ran at Cincinnati, now that you have healthier tight ends that can do different things for you?
Sure. Tight ends allow for multiplicity in formations and personnel, and they will give us that freedom to do so if they continue to develop the same along the same path as they have been playing.
Did you think they would be that ready when they got here?
I did not, frankly. They surprised me. We knew they were very athletic. We knew they had great ball skills. They've come in and have played with a level of physicality that's been encouraging. They lack a little bit in their physical development, and that's obviously the job of Coach Lawson and our strength staff. And I know those guys are going to do a good job in the weight room. They're eager and willing to learn, these tight ends, and so their futures are very bright.
Mike Butch talked about the kind of the inconsistency, the ups and the downs of the quarterbacks in the scrimmage on Saturday. Was that kind of what you saw as well? And are you hoping to see less of that, or were you hoping to see less of that?
We're always hoping to see more consistency. We want to continually improve. We don't want to take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So to be a great quarterback, you have to, sure, you'll have your errant throws and a couple of stumbles here and there, but you'd rather it be once every 400 plays as opposed to once every 20 plays.
Where is it falling between once every 400 and 20?
I threw out some vague numbers. We're making too many mistakes, missing too many open receivers. We got to be able to play pitch and catch. Again, we just have to continue to play with consistency.
I know we ask you this every single time you talk, but would you have rather had someone step up by now and start saying, hey, this is my job?
Sure.
That spot?
To have a clear-cut starter who we can maximize his reps for would be ideal. But the good part is they're all competing.
What did you see out of Marquez North last fall that enabled him to step up and play so much as a freshman? What's the next step for him?
Well, the next step is to refine his route running techniques. He's obviously got great ball skills. He can obviously, and obviously has great athleticism. For him, it's a matter of being able to separate at breaking points and just continue to develop the techniques that Coach Zahn is drilling into him.
What about his maturity? Have you seen him grow a bit?
Sure. Marquez from day one came in with a very positive attitude, with a very mature approach. So as much as anything, he wants to be great, and he worked really hard. He has since the day he stepped on campus. So he has the type of mentality you're looking for in a wide receiver. Now it's just a matter, again, as I keep stressing, of developing consistency and refining those techniques that we're working on.
How's Matt Crowder doing, stepping in for James Stone at center?
I love the mentality that Matt Crowder brings to the offensive line. Again, we emphasize playing with great effort. He's done a good job of being a leader in that regard.
The last time we spoke with you, Josh Malone had been taking some steps forward. You had mentioned that. Is that still happening? Is it still happening? Maybe not at the rate in a perfect world you'd like to see, but is it still happening? The improvement with him?
Sure, and all the young guys are making strides. Josh too has we moved him around a little bit more, put a bit more on his plate. So he's taking it all in stride, and he continues to grow and develop and get better every day. Again, for him, the big thing is going to be playing with an effort level and a condition level that we need in this offense.
Is it tough in some cases to get quarterbacks to do a little bit more with less in terms of, you talked about having to split up all those reps and everything. Most of those guys have probably been the starters since they were kids and everything. Is it tough to get to train an athlete to do something different that way? Like, hey, you may not get every single first team rep the whole practice, but you still got to get better.
We always emphasize with all of our guys maximizing your opportunities. In a game, you might only get, we talk with them, hey, it's 4 to 6 plays in the course of a game that make the difference between winning and losing. Well, along the same lines, in a practice, your opportunities might be fewer and further between, but you got to take advantage of those opportunities, and when they come, make the most of it.
I know a lot of coaches have said that you want to treat everyone the same, but quarterbacks are a little bit different. They have their ball in the hand every play. And then you see coaches like Steve Spurrier who say, well, they're just like everyone else, and I can rotate them in and out if I need to. Where would you stand on that in an ideal situation? Do you mind rotating those guys, or would you rather not do that?
You're going to do whatever gives you the best chance to win.
Coach, Devin Young, like you've been getting him the ball a lot more. I know he's back at running backs and playing a little receiver too. What role do you see him playing with the offense this year, and how much do you plan on utilizing him?
Well, Devin has had a very good spring, and he's dynamic with the ball in his hands. He plays at a different speed level, brings an element of quickness and agility that we emphasize in our offense. We talk a lot about getting more than what the play is designed for, and to do that, you have to be able to break tackles, you have to be able to make people miss, and Devin has an ability to do both those. So, we'll find ways to get him the ball.
I think he's kind of come alive since moving back to running back this spring.
It's definitely been a positive move for him. I don't know if coming alive is the right phrase, but he's taken to the position. I think it's a little more of a natural fit for him, and he's done a good job this spring.
And then Josh Malone, you talked about it. You put more on his plate. I've seen him line up in different spots, and it looks like he's running out there with the first team a lot. How much has he improved in the last couple of weeks?
He's, again, since day one of spring ball, since he's been here really in January, he's made strides and continued to get better and better.
What have you seen from Marlon this spring? What's the difference you see him now versus maybe last?